What's up?
I'm all alone. No one's there beside me.
She's not. I'm right here. She's over there giving y'all some grape ASMR.
Hold on. This one's a big one. Let me bite into it. Make sure my mic's up all the way. I don't know if you heard it, but we'll see.
I did from across the room. It's like a misophonia nightmare. Jesus. Anyway. Well, welcome to another week of the Wanderers of Weird podcast, where this week we're bringing you more of our
storytelling.
made up on the spot storytelling.
Hopefully this one's okay. My gummy's just starting to hit, so.
I'm stone cold sober, but I do, I always am, and I feel like I do pretty good at these.
Yeah. Except for that one time, when we did the Pick Your Poison episode and you had a little drink.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I'm still,
I don't remember half of it.
Subtly traumatized. I know exactly what you mean. Because at one point, I remember starting a story, and then I blacked out and woke up at the end of the story. And I was like, did any of that make sense? And I've never gone back and listened to that. So
I have, and it was hard. It was a hard listen. Jesus.
It was hard to do.
I feel like if we were going to do something like that again, we'd need to do less of a planned out situation.
Yeah, we would need to be like a chit chat.
Yeah.
Just whatever the hell we want. Not like a structured episode, because that was a total nightmare.
That was hard. That would have to be one of those where we just talk about whatever comes up in our brain at that moment.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway, so let's get started. This first one, do we read the prompt or we just get into it?
Let's just get into it. Let's let it be a surprise.
Okay. All right. You want to start? You want me to start?
I'll start.
Okay. I'm ready.
So, I'll tell it from a first person perspective.
That's what I was going to do.
Yeah. I noticed that we had a new neighbor move in. Okay. Seemed like a nice guy, kind of cute, and appears to be single, little single Pringle moving in next door. But something seems odd about this man. I noticed out the window when I was spying on the neighbor, there's something odd about his possessions. And odd in the sense that he seems to have a lot of something. But I don't know if maybe maybe he's not a big light guy, like the big light in the room. He had a lot of lamps, girl. This man had a lot of lamps. And yeah, that's the first clue that something's amiss. Okay, I'll let you have it. I've set up the plot.
Okay. So then, I'm watching him out the window one day because I've got nothing better to do with my
Putting
life.
a dip in the floor.
Yeah. It's whatever. There's not a whole lot of interesting, exciting things that happen around. So I get my kicks in where I can, and while I am...
and it's peeping on the neighbor.
Right. While I am spoken for, I can appreciate other men. Okay? I can look
with your eyes.
Yeah. It's like being on a diet. You can look at the menu, you just can't sample the things that you're not supposed to eat. Okay?
Exactly.
So I'm watching this man, and he's walking around. It's kind of like it's the time of day where it's kind of like light outside, but it's starting to get dark. Okay?
Yeah.
So he's walking around in his yard, just doing some random things, and I notice this man has got the juiciest ass.
Yeah.
Okay, it's out there.
Like you could bounce a penny off of it,
Man.
or whatever that saying is.
Juiciest ass I've ever seen on a man. Okay?
Double cheeked up,
All right.
even.
So, that was just like I was like he must be doing some squats. Okay.
Yeah.
But I did notice the only time I happen to see him out and about is right, when it's starting to get dark. He never comes outside during the day.
Yeah.
It's like never.
Like a vampire, kind of.
And that just struck me as weird.
Yeah. Maybe he works nights.
But I've ruled out vampire just because he's not.
He does come out during the day.
Yeah. And he's not obscenely pale.
Yeah.
So, but again, I can kind of see through, like, I'm not like looking in his house, but I can see that there's a lot of lamps. And then, like, when it's dark outside, every light in the house is on, and he's just admiring these lamps. Okay?
Yeah.
You go ahead.
Well, something also that kind of, this is an attractive man who is double cheeked up on, every afternoon. He's a little bit hairy. Like, not quite wolf-like, but, he's quite furry. But it looks like, he grooms well. He thins it out. Almost as though he's trying to fit in. But, nevertheless, one night, I'm, wrapped up in this man's life at this point. And I'm like, what is going on with this man? Okay, he loves lamps and he loves looking at them. A little bit furry, double cheeked up. What is this? And I'm having a really hard time just trying to put the puzzle pieces together. What does this remind me of? Because there's something in the back of my head that's like, you recognize the signs of this. And you know who this man is. But it's just not coming together yet. Okay? Well, what are you looking for?
Block. Apparently I don't have one.
Look behind you. There's like a little basket. On the shelf, like below. And there's a couple of charger. There's a black charger. Pull that cord out. Unless it's hanging up. Unless it's still plugged in. Okay. But anyway. This relatively attractive man. One night, I happened to notice. He's out in his yard. He's doing a little gardening, okay? And I notice he looks up at a street light, slightly mesmerized by the sight. However, this man I thought I was seeing things, honestly. But his eyes seemed to glow a red a little bit. Not like I'm too baked kind of red, like truly red. But he blinked and it was gone. So I thought maybe I'm just seeing things.
Maybe he's just got cataracts and
Maybe maybe he's got something going on that I'm just not privy to. Because I have yet to speak to this man, but I know his comings and goings. You can take it.
So then, one day, I decide, right around dinner time when it's starting to get kind of dark, I'm going to do the neighborly thing and be like, take him some cookies. So I bake these cookies, and
What kind of cookies?
I don't know.
Chocolate chip.
Yeah. Well, it's classic. Everybody loves chocolate chip cookies. I don't know if he's got peanut allergies, so I don't want to make him peanut butter cookies. Sometimes people are allergic to cinnamon. You can't make him snickerdoodles.
Yeah.
So I feel like chocolate chip's a safe bet. We're just going to hope that he's not allergic to gluten. Okay.
Right.
So I take him these cookies. And I walk over there and I knock on the door and he answers. And I said, "Hey, I'm your next door neighbor and I just wanted to welcome you to the neighborhood. And I made you some cookies." And he says, "Oh, gee, thanks. These look fantastic. I'm going to enjoy these." And I'm like, "Oh, cool." And I'm like trying to peek
Oh,
into his
gee,
house.
thanks.
I peek into his house, and this lamp collection was much more extensive than I initially thought. Like, it's like
Cords everywhere.
everywhere. Like, his power bill has got to be insane. Okay.
Yep.
And so I say to him, "Man, you look like, it looks like you're a collector of lamps." And he's like, "Oh, yeah, I guess so. It's just a thing that I started when I was young. And, it's got a little out of hand, but I do love them. I love lamps and I love lamp." So I just, I'll pick one up whenever I see an interesting one, wherever. And I'm like, "Oh, well, that's cool." I go thrifting and antiquing. I see them all the time. Maybe sometime if I find a really interesting one, I'll bring it to you. And he's like, "Oh, that would be awesome."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Well, I'm gonna let you get back to your evening." And I walk away, go back home. A couple hours later, I peek out the window on my way by, and again, he's just like flitting around in front of the window looking at all the different lamps. And it's literally like he stops and he looks at one for a couple seconds and then he moves to the next one. And he's just making his rounds throughout the whole house. He's like just flitting around. Okay?
Yep.
Yep. Your turn.
I did think of something that would have been funny
Well,
before we heard him. No, it was would have been before we heard him speak, but it
dang.
wouldn't have gone well with the story. It just would have made me giggle.
Okay.
Oh, that makes me think of something I could do. Okay. So, let's say a couple weeks goes by. I have been searching for the perfect lamp to gift my new neighbor. And finally, I happen upon one. And it's beautiful. It has butterflies on it and flowers. It's just, he'll love it. If he's a lamp enthusiast, he's going to love it. So I get it, clean it up, put a new bulb in it, make sure it looks nice, and go next door to present my neighbor with his new lamp. And I knock on the door, and all I can hear is this weird buzzing noise. It's like bzz, 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 kind of like a fly, but not like a fly, more like a different kind of bug. But it's just like bzz, 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 bzz. It sounds like whispering. Well, she knocks again. We knock again. Finally, he opens the door. He seems disheveled. He seems flummoxed. He seems disoriented. It's full daylight, but the house, pitch black. Nothing on. Well, she's like, I'm like, sorry, I keep forgetting I said that this would be first person. What was that? I heard a buzzing noise. Is everything okay? He says, everything's good. What can I help you with? I work the night shift. So, oh, I'm so sorry I woke you up. I just wanted to give you this lamp that I found. And then I give it to you.
Oh, gosh. So I hand him this lamp, and he's like, "Oh, thanks. This is awesome." And then I notice that he's looking at it and the details on it and all the butterflies. And he kind of looks a little sad, but then he quickly fixes his, gains his composure, and he's like, "Thank you. This was very generous of you. I appreciate it. I'm gonna, I've got a spot for this." And I'm like, "Oh, okay, cool. Well, I'm gonna get, I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna let you go back to sleep. Thanks, I appreciate it." And I go on back home.
Mm-hmm.
So then I notice later on that, all the lights are on, and but he's not flitting around the living room. He's out in the yard. It's nighttime. It's pitch black. He's out in the yard.
Yep.
And I'm like, well, he's usually out at night, but like never this late at night. But he looks like he's very he's in his yard, and it's kind of dark in the yard, and he looks like he's kind of like lost.
Mm-hmm.
And then I can just see the silhouette, but I can tell by his stature that something's not right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then it's like I thought my eyes were playing tricks on me, but it was like something just kind of popped out of the top of his head, almost like antennas. And I thought, it's late. I should really just go to sleep. I'm surely not seeing what I think I'm seeing.
Mm-hmm.
So I go to bed, get up the next morning. I think about it, and I'm like, yeah, I was for sure just tired. We're just, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Going about my business. that night, I'm heading off to bed, and as I walk past the window, I see something catch my eye, and I look, and again, he's out in his front yard. It's dark. He's out in his front yard, and again, I see what looks to be antennas out of the top of his head.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, now listen, this is 2 nights in a row.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sober. I'm not drunk. Ain't nothing going on. I'm not altered. I'm tired, but I ain't that tired.
And didn't this man tell us he had to work?
Right. So, what's going on here?
Mm-hmm.
You go ahead.
Okay. Hell, there was a commotion. Not in our story, from outside the door. So I think I must be losing my mind. Okay. And then I'm like, I gotta stop watching this guy. It's really making me a little insane. Okay. So I go to bed, put on a little YouTube channel, and a video pops up. It like auto plays a video of somebody talking about how Mothman has gone missing. Nobody's seen Mothman in quite some time. And I'm like, that motherfucker. Could it possibly be that my new neighbor sure does have a lot of tendencies of a moth? Could.
But what's weird,
Yeah.
is that we live in Florida. Okay?
I like that we're just now establishing this.
We live in Florida.
Yeah.
Mothman sightings don't happen here.
No.
Okay?
Yeah.
Now continue on.
I think, no, couldn't possibly be. Maybe this guy's just like really into cosplay.
Can I retract? We live in Texas.
Texas?
Hold on. Let me
I don't know why. But I just started hearing Glorilla in my head. I'm from Memphis. What you know about me?
Well, never mind. We can be wherever.
We're in Florida.
I was going somewhere with the Texas, but
I feel like if there was going to be a Mothman sighting outside of, it's West Virginia, right?
Yeah.
It would be Florida. It feels very Mothman-like.
There have been sightings in Texas. I was going somewhere with that.
Oh, okay.
Well, there's been other locations too in Florida. So let's just go with Texas because I can take it somewhere.
Okay. We're from Texas. You can take
They're
it.
They're not often in Texas.
Gotcha. You can take it. We're contemplating our sanity over here.
Okay. So, I'm it's kind of freaking me out. But I'm like, surely to goodness, that's not what's going on. So I sit and I ponder it for a while, and I'm like, I need to get a hold of somebody to see if maybe somebody else can witness this. So I call my friend. Okay?
Yeah.
My friend that lives down the road.
Yeah.
And her name is Chris.
Okay.
Her name is Chris Collins.
Okay.
You may know her as Call Me Chris.
Yep.
Okay? And I say, Chris, listen, bestie. I got this neighbor. He's new. He's been here, a month or two. And he's
just been watching his every.
Yeah, I've been, you know me. I'm weird. I've been watching him, and he's really odd. Like, he rarely comes out at daytime. He owns like 1,000 lamps. He's mesmerized by street lights. I swear I saw his eyes glow red one night while he was looking at the street light. He was out in the pitch black in the yard one night looking like he was all confused. And I swear to you, 2 nights in a row, I saw what looked to be antennas growing out of his head. Okay.
Yep.
And like, the man has got an ass that won't quit. Okay. And I know that you saw that it's been a long time since anyone has had a Mothman sighting. Okay.
Right.
Okay. Well, I need you to verify what I'm saying to make sure I'm not crazy. Can you just come hang out tonight? Can you come over tonight? She's like, yeah, sure. I live 5 minutes up the road.
Mm-hmm.
I'll come chill.
Yep.
So she comes over, and right as it's starting to get dark, she sees that all his lamps are on, and she's like, Jesus, it's like broad daylight
It's like
in that
if
house.
the Griswold's house
Inside.
lit up inside.
It's crazy. And then I tell her about when I took him that lamp over there.
Yeah.
And how I heard the buzzing noise, and he just seemed real disoriented when he answered the door and told me that he works the night shift.
Mm-hmm.
And so then we're watching, and then he comes outside, and she sees the double cheeks. She's like, damn. And then she says, and then we're watching him, and again, here comes what looks to be antennas, and she's like, I see it too.
Mm-hmm.
This is crazy. So then we watch him, and then he goes back inside.
Yep.
And then later, you got any way to go with it?
No.
Okay. Later, we just so happened to look back out the window, and I didn't see him in the yard, and I didn't see him flitting around in the house, but there was something sitting on his roof. It was standing there, and there was antennas, but it wasn't the figure of a man. It was in the dark. It just looked like a big blob with antennas.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You can go now.
Oh shit.
I feel like we're closing in.
Were we just hanging out, or were we like in bed or anything?
We're hanging out with Chris.
Well, yeah, I know that, but like,
I'm not sleeping in the bed, but I would love to sleep in the bed with Chris Collins. Let's just be real. But for the sake of the story.
So, did that man just fart?
It sounded wet.
It did.
Would you let time out?
Oh, pause.
Daniel? No, no cat.
Who is it?
Did you shit yourself? Oh, it's interesting. There's a cat.
Oh,
I tried.
it's okay. I think my Coke Zero is about empty, so no danger of.
Okay. Continue.
Continue. I call Chris over. Chris, get over here. Look at this. And she also sees the blob. But
with antennas.
with antennas. But I accidentally bump against the window.
Oh shit.
And it makes the thud. And the blob whips its head and makes direct eye contact with me. Red, glowing eyes. Looking over its shoulder, double cheeked up. I can see clear as day that my neighbor is the missing Mothman. But do we share this information with the world? Or do we keep his secret so that he can live in peace?
Chris also sees this and she flips out and she's like, hold on! And she whips her phone out and video calls Selena. Selena starts freaking out. And I'm like, what are we going to do, guys? Do we share or do we just let this man live in peace? Because I feel like if we don't poke the bear, then he'll leave us alone.
Hasn't the Mothman? No, the Mothman. No, it's just he's just like a harbinger of doom, right? He hasn't killed anybody, but I'm pretty sure he's only ever seen before shit goes down.
So the Mothman legend is complex. While it's often seen as a harbinger of disaster, potentially linked to the deadly 1967 Silver Bridge collapse, there is no definitive proof that it causes harm.
Oh, okay.
Some lore suggests it's a warning, while others see it as an omen, and some fictional portrayals depict it attacking, but in reality, it's a cultural phenomenon with varied interpretations.
Okay.
So we decide that we're just gonna let him be.
Yeah.
And we're gonna pretend like it never happened.
Yep. The end?
Okay. I like it.
And they live happily ever after.
And then me and Chris slept in the same bed.
Had a sleepover.
Listen. I watched their movie, House on Eden.
I haven't watched it.
You almost get to see Chris naked. Like full frontal. You do get to see like naked back.
Yeah.
Listen, that that part alone was worth the amount of money that I paid to buy it.
What did you pay?
It was like $15.
Damn.
Let me restate. TJ paid.
If you're gonna be in here, you're gonna behave.
All right, so we got another one. You want to do another one?
We can.
How long was that one?
About 30 minutes.
Okay. So this next one, do we want to read the prompt or just go with it?
Let's just go with it again.
Okay.
I think that this would be another one that a lead up to this information.
Listen, I can go places with this one, okay?
Yeah.
This can be somewhat based off of life experience.
Yeah, except now his life is like really shitty, apparently.
I mean,
I don't know the specific details, but she just tried to bite me. I just want everybody to know.
Amara.
All because I touched her belly so I can put her down.
She's self-conscious.
No, she just really doesn't like her stomach being touched.
She's self-conscious. Amara, what is Mama doing to you?
Get down. Get out of here.
You can come sit with me. I know you won't, but... Alright, do you want to start or you want me to start?
I started last time, so
Okay.
I'll let you start.
Alright, so... We want to do this one in first person or no?
No, because I had a little bit of a hard time keeping up with that.
Okay. Alright, so... In a small town...
Anyway, we're going to sing a Dicksburg. Is that what you said?
Yeah. In a small town named Dicksburg, it was time for the local election. Okay. And one particular candidate that was running for mayor of Dicksburg which was pretty much a sure shoe-in to win. Okay. He's super upbeat, seemed super nice.
Yeah.
Seemed mostly genuine, but you know, every politician's got their, you can just tell it's a snake in the grass.
Very just charming.
Yeah.
Is what I would say.
And he was, to some, fairly attractive. Okay.
Yeah.
The younger dude. Middle-aged-ish younger. Okay.
To some.
And so, you know, we'll name him
Richard. No, let's not name him Richard.
We're gonna say.
I think keep thinking about the guy on Supernatural that the dick, where they made all the dick jokes.
That's
really who I'm imagining in this role.
That's not me.
That's who I'm trying to
imagine. We're gonna name this dude Corey.
A horrible name. I'm sorry if your name's Corey, but
I couldn't come up with
it's good. It's good.
Anything that's anyway. Yeah. So, you know, Corey seemed to be a shoe-in for this election, okay, for mayor. And then we have little old we'll call her Nancy.
Gosh.
Nancy is the type of person that's going to do her damn research, okay?
Right.
She's going to research who she's voting for, because everybody should.
Yeah.
She really
That's
digs.
just good due diligence.
Right. But she really digs. She wants to know everything about this person before she casts her vote, okay? And I'm talking every minute detail of this person's
like
personal
investigative journalism type shit.
So she's digging into this person, and she's finding out that this person, in his younger days, was a very unsavory person. He is. I mean, like, he's got issues. Okay.
Yeah.
Can't keep a relationship, but he'd be telling everybody he's sleeping around. Okay. He's got a drinking problem. He's got some DUIs.
Couldn't keep a job. Had some accusations at work.
And anybody that ever worked with him didn't necessarily care for him.
Yeah.
So she's like, why is this dude?
This feels targeted.
She's like, why is this dude all of a sudden just this charismatic person that everybody thinks can do no wrong? What has happened? Okay.
What hath happened here?
All right. Your
Oh
turn.
God, there's fighting outside the door.
Your turn. Go ahead.
Oh God.
I almost forgot that you were also telling the story, so I had to stop myself.
Hey, I was good over here giving commentary. Now I have to think. Oh my God. So we've done the digging. We've done the research. However,
that was a sneeze, but it went away midway out. Like,
it seems as though anytime there's like any sort of social media posts that allude to these past behaviors, they disappear, right?
as they do.
I wonder if anybody ever gets weirded out that you crack your knuckles directly into the mic.
Oh, my bad.
I think about it every time we record.
I don't realize that
I want to be over here and be like, you stop doing that.
I'm sorry.
And then I was thinking about it the other night. I was like, I wonder if anybody ever gets like squeaked out about it.
I don't realize that I do it, to be honest. I'm sorry.
Anyway, so social media posts seem to vanish frequently in regards to this man's past. So he, whoever he's hired to take care of this is doing, excellent work. And whatever he's paying is apparently, worth all of that, because covering up this man's misdeeds has been quite a job. I had to really get in there to find that information.
Are we third person or first person in?
I don't remember.
First person. Nancy's doing all this.
Oh, Nancy's doing all this?
Yeah.
Okay, so Nancy's doing all this. Nancy's found all this information. See, I told you I wasn't prepared. And I was prepared to be the one like, yeah.
You were just wanting to co-sign.
So Nancy's finding all this information. She's figured out that anytime anybody posts about it, it's gone within 30 minutes. It's, it vanishes from the internet. And normally when it's the internet, it's forever, right? Somewhere, some way, but not in this instance. It's almost otherworldly the way that this occurs. But nonetheless, it's got to be somebody doing it. And they're just really, really good at their job. I don't know where to go after that, honestly. I genuinely don't.
So Nancy starts talking to people, like in person. She's like, did you hear this? Did you hear that? Did you hear about this? And it seems as though people have heard, but they're still really excited that he's going to be elected. And he's making promises that are just unreal.
Yeah.
Things
that could
like,
never happen.
Right. Things like, more money here and more money there, and the roads are all going to be perfect, and the police force is fully staffed, and the schools are fully funded, and the kids all get free lunches and breakfasts, and all of them, not just, some.
Yeah.
And the teachers will have, unlimited budgets for materials and things like that. And it's just all stuff that's not realistic, okay? Mm. This is all like perfect world type shit.
Pleasantville, if you will.
But people are really falling for it, okay?
Yep.
And so he's just, every time he gets in front of people to talk, there's just something so smooth about him. But it's almost, she's seeing through the shit. She's like, man, there's something off here. He's too cocky about this. Something's not right.
Mm.
I think that this man has made a deal with the devil. Do you have
Is this Nancy saying this?
Yes. Do you have anywhere to go with this?
No.
Okay.
I mean, I probably could, but
Go for it then.
who is the other character? What is her name?
We
His
don't have
name?
enough. Hit the mayor dude?
No. Who is our friend Nancy?
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, we are our friend Nancy?
Yes.
Okay. So Nancy tells her friend she needs to be talking to somebody for my thing to work.
Okay.
So she tells of her closest friend, Tiffany, hey, what do you think about this guy? You know, this is what he portrays, this is what he's promising, you know. She's like, well, you know, I've heard this, and, you know, he seems like he's a great guy. And Nancy's like, I've been looking into him, and he's not that great of a guy. And this is, you know, what I found. And Tiffany's like, no. She's like, let's look it up. So she types this man's name into Google, and, you know, none of this, but Nancy has hard copies. She was like, you know, because somehow he's getting things scrubbed from the internet. She's like, I don't know. Tiffany's like, I don't know. Nancy, I think this man did a deal with the devil. It's the only way it makes sense. Tiffany tells Nancy, you are losing your mind. It's not that deep. Nancy, famous last words. Mark my words. Something is off about this man. Something ain't right. He's too perfect. Tiffany, whatever. End scene. So Nancy, she's just like, I've got to find proof that this man has made a deal with the devil. How would one find this information out? Is Nancy's number one question. And I'll let you pick it back up from there.
Okay. We're taking this a supernatural route.
Very much so.
So Nancy notices that all of his press when they, you know, talk to people,
like
press interviews and yeah, there we go. That's the word I was looking for. Press conferences. She notices that in you know, off to the side where a security detail would be, there's always this one man who's always dressed real nice in a suit, and he's watching Corey. Like,
I forgot his name was Corey.
He's watching Corey. Like, you know, Corey better be on his P's and Q's and better be doing what he's supposed to be doing. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So then she decides one day that she's going to kind of follow him around just to kind of see. Okay? She's going deep undercover. Okay? So he gets done with the press conference and then he walks away. Him and this man are having a conversation. And it seems as though this man wears the pants in this relationship. And anything this man says to Corey, Corey's like, okay, all right. Yes, sir. I got you.
Yep.
So then she happens to overhear this man tell Corey, this was the part of our agreement.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So she's like, okay, so that's kind of, I got to figure out who this man is. So she goes home and again, she tries to Google. She gets on there and she's like, maybe I can figure out who this man is. Because, like, maybe somewhere it'll list out his security detail or something. Or who his campaign manager is. So she gets on there and she Googles his name, types in Corey Mack. And there's a really loud dog barking outside.
Yeah.
She types it in. She types in Corey Mack. security. And she sees pictures, and in almost every picture is a picture of this man. So she keeps digging, but she can't find this man's name. Okay?
Mm.
So then she realizes that she's got a friend on the inside. One of his security detail people is an ex from high school. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So she calls this man and she's like, "Hey, look, buddy, how's it going? Long time. Listen, I need your help." So, who is this man? It might be his campaign manager. And he says, "Oh, well, that's what is it? What can his name be? That's Mr. Fergus." I didn't know where else to go. And she says, "Well, who's that?" And he's like, "Well, he is kind of like a campaign manager." And she's like, "Okay." She's like, "Well, what do we know about him?" And her friend says, "We don't know a whole lot about him. We're not allowed to know a whole lot about him. We just know that whatever he says goes." Hey, there it is. She says, "Okay." So she starts trying to dig further on Mr. Fergus. And she's not coming up with a whole lot. So she says, "Okay, look, I think this is the devil. And what's the best way that I'm going to figure this out is if I make a deal with the Crossroads Demon to find this out." Shit. You take it from here.
Oh hell.
She got to quit scrolling the Facebook to do so.
It was Instagram.
Oh,
I was
whatever.
reading something. Hold on, let my brain catch up. We're talking about doing our own deal, right?
Yep.
Okay. With Nancy. Is Tiffany involved?
No.
Okay. So, Nancy looks up how to make a deal with the devil. Can you imagine Googling that?
Right?
And the interwebs informs her that the best way is a crossroads demon. So, she heads to the middle of nowhere where there's no street lights, nobody's going to see, nobody should happen upon the area. And she digs a little hole, puts a photo of herself into a little box, and buries it. And just sits and kind of waits. Nothing happens for a long time. And then, at around 4 a.m., she's sitting there about starting to fall asleep because it's quiet, it's dark. She's not really scared, but mostly because she's not really sure anything's gonna happen. Okay, but suddenly someone taps her on the shoulder, which I don't know about you, but would send me into a coma.
Right.
And I'll let you take it from there.
Girl.
I do a little bit of world building and then I let you tell the main story.
So, this Crossroads Demon, who appears to her to be just a normal human, says, "You rang." She says, "I suspect that Mr. Corey Mack has made a deal with the
What a
devil."
horrible name. I would never vote for somebody with that name just because I don't like it.
I suspect that they've made a deal with the devil and I need to figure it out. And I need your help. And they're like, "Okay, so what do you need from me?" And she's like, "Can you tell me if they've made a deal with the devil?" And they're like, it's a HIPAA thing. We can't tell you that.
Not HIPAA.
And she's like, "All right, so what kind of deal can I make with you?" "Well, you got to make a deal with me that's big enough to warrant talking to the big guy to be able to get something like that. And she says,
I wanted to make a joke there, but I don't want to make anybody mad.
oh, come on with it.
Let's say the big guy, but it's just God.
So she says, that's a little risky because I don't want to like put my life out there like
right.
that.
I'm not trying to sell my soul or nothing.
So she says, since if I've summoned you, does that mean I have to make a deal with you or what? And they're like, well, I mean, no, but like you've wasted my time and that's messed up. Okay.
It's just going to piss me off.
She's like, well, sorry about your luck. I'm out. So she leaves. Okay. And then she goes to the next press conference. Same scenario. He's on his P's and Q's, taking orders from Mr. Fergus over here. And every time I say that, all I can hear is Fergus. Fergus. So then here comes election day. And she cast her vote. She doesn't vote for this guy.
Yep.
But inevitably, because what have we learned?
Yeah.
He wins.
Right. Of course. He's charming.
So she's watching, okay? And like very little of the things that he's promised are actually coming out, okay?
Yeah.
They're actually coming to fruition.
Mm-hmm. It almost seems like he doesn't know what he's doing.
Right. And then about 6 months into the situation, he's been called to another press conference because people are starting to get upset about the fact that the roads aren't fixed. There's still some pretty shitty roads out there. And teachers are still having to buy their own supplies, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And these babies are not being fed at school like he said they would.
Right.
So he gets called to a press conference, and Mr. Fergus is standing off stage, and and you can tell that Corey is sweating, and but he's keeping calm, but he's sweating, and so then he really doesn't have any answers when people are like, "Why is this not happening?" He's like, "Well, things that they take time, blah," but he can't ever give a direct answer.
Exactly.
And then when the conference is over, and he walks to the side of the stage, Nancy has made sure that she has gotten a spot close enough to the stage that she could hear what's going on just off stage.
Mm-hmm.
And she hears him say, I don't know how to answer these questions. And Fergus says, well, that wasn't part of our deal. None of these things that you promised was part of our deal. You asked that I make sure that you get elected as mayor, and that's all you asked.
Mm-hmm.
Now enjoy your time, or if you screw this up, you're done for.
Mm-hmm.
And then at this point, Corey gets flustered, and he's like, look, what do you mean this wasn't part of the deal? I thought all of this was part of the deal.
Mm-hmm.
And he just starts going off. And Mr. Fergus just snaps his fingers. Are we ready for this to come to an end? Because I can
yes.
Okay. Mr. Fergus just snaps his fingers, and then all of a sudden, it's like Corey he drops to the ground, and it's like he's having a seizure.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's just gone. And then Mr. Fergus walks away unbothered, and then he's never seen again.
Mm-hmm.
And then the person that Nancy voted for was pushed in the next day. Boom.
And they all lived happily ever after.
All right.
Since I gotta take something out.
Yeah.
It's gotta be a shorter, because I'll have to redo it. And it takes twice the time. It's stupid.
Anyway.
But.
We hope you enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Make sure that you're checking out our nonprofit for the month, which is the National Alliance to End Homelessness. Let's just get these people off the streets and into somewhere warm, okay?
Yeah.
Let's get on
plenty of empty warehouses and stuff that could be turned into shelters or temporary housing.
Let's do something about it, guys.
Yeah.
But make sure that you're checking us out on Facebook,
Instagram,
TikTok,
YouTube.
You got something that you need advice on? Email that to us at wanderersofweird@gmail.com.
Please, I need a Dear Wanderers.
We would love to help you. Let us help you. Okay?
Help me, help you, help me. Scratch an itch. Because I would absolutely love to do this.
Right.
Even if we only get one. Please send us your Dear Wanderers questions. If you want advice, anything. Quite literally anything. Yeah. I really want to do a Dear Wanderers segment. Don't make me start bullying you. Don't think I'm not going to make a graphic that I'll schedule with our regular posts.
Every week.
Every single week.
Until we get some.
Yeah.
All right.
Bye.
Okay, bye.